Good morning. It is 6:05 a.m. on Tuesday, November 12th, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes according to the weather forecast. Might get our first snow here in Massachusetts today. Might also just stay rain, but essentially we've got a rainy afternoon, evening paired with Arctic front. Might make it cold enough to turn the snow into rain or the rain into snow. We'll see. I crashed early last night. I went to, well, so first of all, yesterday I managed to bring my lunch to work only to remember, oh, yeah, it's office potluck today. So, I mean, I hadn't signed up to bring anything for the potluck. So it's not like I forgot to bring something I had committed to, but um, just meant that, like, oh, well, I guess I don't need that lunch I brought today. But it was an interesting morning, very distracting because my where I sit is very near the break room where they were cooking turkeys all morning. So it's like all of these delicious food smells filling the office all morning. But there was lots of good stuff, and it was a good time. And ate a huge meal, and then there were lots of people who I think didn't get very much work done after that. But I also then, although I was tempted to do otherwise, I did go to the gym after work. So I'm trying to get back into a routine with that. And so, I went last Friday, I went Monday, or excuse me, went last Wednesday and Friday, and now Monday. And so I'm going to hopefully try to keep up that Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule for the near term at least. But anyway, after getting back from the gym, I was just wiped out yesterday. I think part of it was that uh, after sleeping in so long on Sunday, I had a hard time getting to sleep Sunday night. And I don't know, I think then the big meal plus the exercise, whew, yeah. So I was like climbing into bed at like 8:30. I actually didn't go to sleep until a little later than that, just because I was I'm rereading the Watchmen graphic novel, which is, good. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I like the Watchmen graphic novel. Hot take alert. Anyway, but yeah, just I was ready to just tumble into bed. I also did a little bit of prep for tonight. We're bringing back so many levels. Now that the Extra Life game is passed, we're going to resume our existing campaign. It's in an exciting transitional spot because we just had a huge combat last time, but now the party has agreed to accept the help of a Fey Queen. And they know the Fey Queen wants something from them. For a long part of the campaign, they treated the Fey Queen almost like an enemy, but hadn't really ever talked to her. And so now it's a little bit of a dubious sort of thing. Like, she's certainly being nice to them at the moment, but can you trust her? Hmm? Well, I don't know. They'll have to decide that, I suppose, right? But trying to decide, it's easier when you're sort of in the middle of an arc to say, I've sort of planned all of this stuff, and now they're just running around within these boundaries for a while. But this episode we're probably going to be shifting into some new stuff, so I had to do a little bit of that prep last night. And in general, I don't mind doing the prep work, but I always have, it's a little bit of a dilemma to decide how much of it to do, right? Like, how, it's one thing to say, here's the general situation you're going to be in, and I could just riff everything in the moment. But how much value is added by spending additional time planning some NPCs or secondary NPCs or scenarios or whatever. And it's there's a whole possible spectrum of it, right? Like you could script everything, or you could script nothing, or anywhere in between. And so it's never just a case of people saying like, okay, well, you don't want to you don't want to railroad your players by over planning and then forcing them down the path that matches the script you wrote. Or sometimes you can be a little bit too loosey goosey and end up with things that aren't necessary, like, in the moment, but not necessarily as cool as if you had taken a little bit more time to plan it out, right? So it's an ever evolving process to decide that. But in any event, I've actually got to get to work a little bit early today, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. But I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.